Hi everyone, Steve Harvo with Creative Ventures, and welcome to our latest edition in the Over Coffee video series. So I received a phone call from one of our clients. He manages the western part of a sales organization for a large national company, and he told me he was struggling with his sales team around time management and could we help them. It's not that unusual to think about it, right? Because what you're trying to manage now is a transition that kind of sticks people in limbo. The virtual element that they've been doing for 16 months plus, now entering back into the physical state of traditional face-to-face elements. They're in a space that's in the middle, and it's difficult to figure out the best and highest use of a person's time in a space that's so undecided. Not only that, but they pick a very mysterious topic, right? Time, in and of itself, is one of the most mysterious elements in the universe. Now, there are categories that we deal with time on. You're familiar with most of them. The biggest one is universal time, time in which it's time-space in the physics and quantum realm, something you don't need to worry about. But instead, we deal with time in two distinct categories: calendar time, day, week, month, year; clock time, second, minute, hour. Those are the two you need to think about. And it's really strange because in our brain, there's really no place that manages or understands time. Now, there's places in the brain for all of our senses, for taste and touch and smell and sight and hearing, but there's not a place for time. Time acts kind of like a meta-sense that runs over the brain throughout all of our neural matter. It rides on top and kind of exists in emotion and memory. The brain is constantly editing. It presents a story to us of what's going on. But the bottom line, and ultimately, is that time itself is simply a construct of the brain. So forget about time like that. Think of it in time that you get, that you know, that you have an understanding of, that you've lived your entire life in. And that is calendar time and clock time. So let's take clock time. And since you have no ability to manage time as it exists, you can instead manage the events that fill time. So time management is never about time. Time management is instead about events, the events that fill time. And you can manage the events that fill time. One of the most common tools in doing this, and one that we've taught for years and have used at Creative Ventures for 25 years, is the idea of blocking out a day, of taking all the activities that fill your day and creating a space for them in a time frame of the day. For me, I'm a morning person. The morning I'm at my best. So I don't do anything that interrupts my deep work in the morning. I don't look at email before 9 a.m. I don't return calls until after 10 a.m. because I know I've blocked out that time. So every element when you're blocking out time is just a little different, right? It has a different size, a different shape, a different value as you continue to build your day. And each of these elements, as you're blocking out time, creates a space for the activities you need to do. So just simply take a look at any given day and say, okay, here's what has to get done. I'm going to do this in this block of time. I'm going to handle sales calls from 10 a.m. to noon. That's a 2-hour block of time. I'm going to handle emails from 8 to 9:30. From 9:30 to 10, I'm going to work on the strategy I need for those sales calls I'm going to make. I do paperwork in the afternoon when I'm not at my best. Whatever element it is, you're creating a block on your day of the activity for that time. It's about an activity strategy, a way of thinking of time not as the passing of a minute and second hand, but instead of the events that fill that passing of time. That's a great way to start managing those events and your productivity, is blocking elements of time. Now, you're never going to be able to block out everything, right? Days are too chaotic. You need to have some flexibility around that. Things happen that are unpredictable. But at the beginning of the day, you have a plan. You have a plan for what you're going to do to get the highest and best use of that activity in the time frame that's available. So try blocking out time. Give it a week experiment. Take a week, Monday through Friday, and build little blocks of time into your calendar. Try to stick to it, except when an emergency arises. You'll find your productivity increases. You'll find you'll be more focused on the work that's at hand. It's one of the most simple and powerful mechanisms you can use to manage your productivity. Look forward to seeing you next month. We'll maybe share a little bit more about theming your day in time management next month on Over Coffee.